Tarot is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimer in the description box. Timestamps included for your convenience. See you in the video. Good morning, my beautiful stars. It is the 25th of May at 8:30 in the morning. As you've noticed, I said I won't have these out by 12:30 today, but only at 7 p.m. because I won't have enough time to do my little edits and everything else, because I have to go and get our heat sorted out for the boat quite urgently. But thank you very much for the 2,000 subscribers. We have done it before the end of May. And the same as with the 1,000 subscribers, we did it before the end of April. So, new goal, 3,000 before the end of June. And thank you to all the new members as well. This question is basically out of comments that I picked up over the weekend as I was going through comments and stuff. I know some people did say to me that they couldn't really understand the cards very well. I will try and explain them a little bit better, but as I said, there's certain names that I can't say, so I'm trying to find a workaround around it. And then a lot of other people also loved these cards. So I thought, because of certain comments that were made over the weekend, and something that has been on my mind for some time now, is the whole Markle family. Is the whole gang, from mother, daughter, to father, to the two other siblings, to Marai, are they all in on this, or is it just one person, or is it just a certain section of them? Because I don't know why, I just can't shake a feeling that there is something about the other three. Let's put it that way. But I'm going to ask the cards for an answer. Then also, please have a look out. I'm going to be using the Dark Fantasy deck. I've asked them questions and I've been breaking them in a little bit. They weren't quite ready to talk yet. And I wasn't getting what they were trying to tell me. But then I thought to myself, you know, because I asked it, there was a tarot challenge that I did. And I thought to myself, let me, because the one line was completely and utterly no, everything was in reverse, and then the other one had 4 uprights. And that was just me breaking them in. I will reveal when I asked the cards, and then I started rephrasing the cards and the question to the cards, and and then it started becoming a lot more clear. So they were obviously getting my energy. So keep an eye out for that reading. It is about, also, again, you lovely, lovely, lovely subscribers and members that put these things into my head, which I've actually forgotten about, was about a report that an ambulance or / police was called to the Khatib Marai residence. Watch out for that one. It's coming. But now, the question today is about the whole Markle family. Are they in on it? Are they in cahoots with this whole thing? Or is it just 1 or 2 people? Or is it just an association with? Are they just unfortunately trapped in this? It's Thomas and Samantha just trapped in this whole thing with regards to daughter and Marai. But funny enough, also I just want to mention, I had a slip of tongue and I actually called out her real name when I was asking cards things, and I immediately got a block. So I changed it back because I don't know why, but maybe it was my subconscious just trying to try something, and I called her by the no name. And it proved to me that I've got to keep calling her daughter. So, because the minute I changed it, inside, it's inside, okay? The minute I called our daughter again, my cards were listening, and that block was gone. And that block was gone. So it just shows you. It just shows you. Okay, let's see what the cards say. Are the whole family involved, or are they just casualties? And is it just two main players or just one main player? These cards are ready. Let's do this. And I'm just shuffling them really well. I'm really getting them all mixed in here so that we know that they are well mixed. Let's go. And you can see I've got a lot of protection around me, so I'm all good, I'm all fine. No worries here. Neighborhood. Do I know 102? Choking on a sausage. Choking on a piece of bread. I'm trying to just find words, but let's see where they go, because it sometimes, just to explain, sometimes they don't have the literal meaning. Sometimes it's not the literal meaning. It can be an expansion, and I will try and tell the story as best I can, okay? Ooh, aliens. Look at the these three on the outside of a house. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Let's continue. Grandparents. Okay. We know Marai had a grandparents. We also know that daughter is a grandparent. But you see here, it says grandparent. Singular. Let's have a look. Let's continue reading. Oh my lordy, lordy, lord. Sure, yo. Okay. Let me try and interpret these first cards here. And what immediately drew my eye to this card here, when I initially pulled it out of this neighborhood, was the 1 and the 2. Is this telling me that there was first just one, but now there's 2 players? There's 2, and look here. What did I say, 2 players? Look at the 2 there. Are there 2 players in here, in this game? Okay, this choking on, I don't know what to make of it yet. I'm almost getting the feeling that it's telling me that it is a choking of information, is what I'm getting here. It is strangling information, keeping information tight, suppressing information. But let's continue reading and we'll see where it goes, because these aren't really telling me. But this is telling me, if you look at the 2 there, 2 plus 3 gives you 5. And it's almost telling me that the 3 other ones, Thomas, and Samantha, that they are on the outside, that they're not part of this house, of this unworldly, out of the ordinary, unexplained flying phenomena. Oh, my throat, grandparent. And we all do know that there was a grandparent, and she is a grandparent at the moment. And this card kept on coming up in the other readings that I did over the weekend. The cultifying, the cults, the occult, the 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, there's 5 figures there. There's 5 figures there. Let's continue reading. I'm not going to jump to a conclusion because it's almost telling me that there's 2. Because also, look here. These 3 are standing in the background, almost witnessing what those 2 are doing, the ones that are closer to the door. It's almost that these are witnesses, or the knowledge of. Let's pull more cards and have a look here. Ooh. Provisions. Looking out from the dark, looking through the keyhole. Okay. Female. Alien. Date. I'm going to pull some more cards. Justice. Hidden. And let's pull one more and see. Clean up. Okay, I'm going to walk back and let's walk through this. This is telling me that the main figure here is a female. And who was the main figure that is a grandparent now in this relationship? Dora. And Dora has got debt. And she's got to pay a debt to the cult. And this almost wants to tell me, because there's been rumors that she was in some sort of commune or something in those lines. That could be that. And you know, within those type of things, like how can I say it? Let me just say it, with cults, there is a form of this pre-vision. There is a sense of that, and you are constantly being watched. And normally the leader of those are a male that controls females and helps them to get out of debt or into debt. But here we've got the Justice card and Hidden. And the Cleanup. This Justice card here is almost telling me that this female in question that we're talking about, Dora, was caught. And that is why we can't see what is going on. And there was a big clean-up job of hiding things of her past. But the daughter in crime knows about it. The daughter in crime knows about it. And now I'm getting back to this this card. The strangling of information. Hidden. Silenced. Not speaking. Not allowed to speak. Not allowed to speak. You can't speak because your vocal cords are being cut off. And there goes my throat chakra. What's underlying? Oh. The Death card. Social media. Love. Let's call this you can see what the card is. I don't know what to call it. Oh. Burial. Something is buried. Home, money, cover up. Okay, thus far, this is pointing me to one person. It is pointing me to one person. One person. What we've heard about a certain passing on of a grandparent as well on social media was definitely not natural. It was an accident, but it got buried. And here we've got home. Didn't she do the other kids out of the home? And she took the money. It is being covered up, and she dismembered. She untied everything from the others, and it was all about ego, her ego, and that ties in here with the partner in crime, the second one, the egotism, because also if we have a look here, guys, with this cover up and the dismemberment and the money, and we look here. That could be the siblings, her siblings, that are left on the outside of the home. And she took money, and it has all been covered up. And then there might be, allegedly for fun and entertainment purposes only, the stuff about the death on social media that we've heard, and the so-called love that they had, and she loved him so much, and she was his caregiver. She was his caregiver. And this tells me it was a bump off. But that got buried. It got buried. It got buried. And it was definitely about the home and getting money, and it has been covered up, and daughter, dismantled the whole family. Dismantled because of her ego. And this dismemberment is also telling me it is the dismemberment of her direct family as well as the Markles, because she wanted Samantha and Thomas out on the outside and treated them like outsiders because of she dismembered so many families. Wow. I'm just going to pull another card and see what it says. I'm going to pull another card and see what it says. Greed. Greed, greed, greed. Absolute greed. Abuse and neglect. She was also always abusive and neglected. Thomas Jr., Samantha, including her father, because she is in the dark arts. And it was all for greed and the cover up and the money in the home. Sailing away to safer waters. It was her boat out of poverty. And there we link in again with Soho and the Yacht days. And this is confirming to me that the story is alive. The story is alive. There has just been put a band-aid has just been put over it. And the story has got legs. The story has got legs. And she ran away. But a band-aid has been put onto this, and there is truth with this alive card. There is truth in all of this. And look what was underlined. Accident. It was an accident. So, what these cards have told me in a nutshell is that the Markles themselves which is Thomas, and Samantha, hasn't really got anything to do with what is currently going on. And some of the stuff happened before, during, or after, and they are not fully aware of what was going on. But Marai and Dora knows exactly what went on. And everything here revolves around Dora. With that house, with her father, with everything. And it was all for greed. It was all for greed. Because she is perverted. And she's a female. And she had debt to pay. But she's got to keep quiet. You saw me shuffling, guys? When they repeat, and it is the same message. And there is legs to the story. There's legs to the story. There's legs to the story. And it's her ego. Her ego. And she had to run away. What is underneath landfall? It's buried under a lot of stuff. It is really, really buried very, very deep. It's really buried very, very deep. It's almost telling me that the internet was scrubbed. The internet was scrubbed. And it was before the royal family. I just had a download. It was before the royal family, before Harry, that this got scrubbed. Before, look there, dismembered beforehand. It got scrubbed. The fraud, the scrubbing of. Beach, washing things clean. Beach, washing things away. Washing footprints away. Because when water spills over footprints as you walk on the beach, they wash the past away. A crime of passion. There's a lot of bodies. And people do know. But still they are trapped. They are prisoners to this. They are still trapped in this whole game. And what did I say? The internet was scrubbed. The internet was scrubbed. It was cleaned up before the royal family. And that's the download that I got. That's the download that I got. Because there was imprisonment. Dora did go to jail. And my other reading about her said the same. And it was for fraud with her business. But there's more to this. There's the accident. So there we go. These cards have confirmed that both Marai and Dora are involved. There is definitely truth in the social media reporting that has been done allegedly about the grandfather. Allegedly, social media has told us that she went to a place for small steering wheels with Betty Bangles. And she was put behind bars. But she got away with her father, Markle's grandfather. It was all for greed and for money. But this all led to where we see Markle today, which took her to the boat days and to Soho House. But all her past indiscretions of both of them were scrubbed, were cleaned up off the internet before the royal family. Before the royal family. It was burnt. It was burnt. And was a long road to get there. And there's the devil. The devil's in the details. And it ties in with the cult card. A deal was made with a devil somewhere. And we've got all this missing information. Look at that. All the missing information. And there's the accident again. And getting rid of information. And it's buried very deeply. And it all links to the boat days. It all links to the boat days. The cover up there. I've just uncovered something else, guys. J.E. helped her to cover these things up and scrub things. J.E. was behind the cover up and the scrubbing and the cleaning of things. So there was a main handler and there's a secondary handler, which we all know who the secondary handler is. Because currently, doesn't that look like J.E. that was in prison? J.E. Epps that was in prison. But he was healing. He's the devil. He was the devil. Allegedly, for fun and entertainment purposes only. My cards, I did a reading on a photograph of him that popped up. Go back, have a look for that reading. The ghost. The ghost. There we go. There's his other accomplice. There's his other accomplice. It all links together. This reading has just evolved. I'm sorry. This reading has just evolved and evolved and spread and spread and spread. The web, the web, the web. It all started with daughter. And Marai got a taste for it, which led her to the boats and all of that other information and stuff that is out there. Till you know, was scrubbed before the family. Because if they couldn't get into the family like he wanted to through Fergie and Andrew, which is the next best place, allegedly, to go, to get somebody right in there, then somebody to marry into it. And that, my friends, is my tinfoil hat for the day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.